Hey girl, hey, welcome to my channel. My name's Tasha and today I'm here with a story time. Hey girl, hey, from the title down below, you see it. I'm here with the story time. And this story time is about how I found out my ex was down low, was gay. So y'all, before I do get into this story time, if you got some wine in your fridge, go ahead and crack this thing open and drink this with me, please. Go ahead, pour you up a glass. Pour you up a glass. I'ma sit here, I'ma wait for you. I'ma wait for you. You got your wine? Okay, cool. This thing a little juicy. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. So a little backstory before I do begin this story. I was a freshman in college when this did happen. So this happened about 2015. Yeah, 2015. He was a junior in college. Yeah, he was a junior. So we met through social media. So it was a shout out page from the college I went to school with. I guess somebody ran a page. I don't know. So I posted a picture of myself and, expressed that I was going to that school, this and that or whatever. And they reposted my picture onto their shout out page for school. So when they reposted it, I got a bunch of followers or whatever, and he was one that followed me. So when he followed me, I got a random message saying, "Hello, beautiful." And in his bio, it said the school that we went to. It said that name or whatever. So I'm like, okay, he probably goes to this school. Before I even message back, you already know what girls do. Before they message a guy back, what's the first thing you do? What's the first thing you do before you message a guy back? You look right at them pictures. You look right at those pictures. I went all through I was investigating. Went full investigating mode. I went all through his Instagram page, was seeing how he looked, because I did not want to write back nobody who I didn't think was attractive or nothing like that. So I went all through his page or whatever. I'm like, okay, he decent or whatever. He was kind of giving me creepy vibes, no lie, he was really giving me creepy vibes. So I'm just like, you know what? I ain't gonna reply. I'm gonna go with my first little instinct. He is giving me creepy vibes. I'm just not even gonna reply. So I let the message sit there or whatever. So a couple days later, I say about a week before move-in day, I get another message from him. It's like, hey, are you going to the school that we were going to? Hey, are you going to the school this and that? I would love to show you around. I know you'll be new, this and that. I can teach you a couple things. Didn't reply. So when we get to school, the official move-in day, I get a message from him saying, "Oh, I see you. I think I see you. What do you have on?" I didn't reply. He messaged back and he said, "I'm all moved in. I can come help you move in if you would like me to." I sat here and I thought about it. I'm like, damn, honestly, y'all, I don't have much family at all. Move-in day, it was me, my little brother, and my mother. Honestly, my mom don't even count as nobody to help move in, because I kid you not, me and my brother was moving stuff in. My mother, she's more like the instructor. She'll tell you what to do, she'll tell somebody else what to do, but she gonna stand there and watch you while you do what she tell you to do. So basically, it was me and my brother moving all that stuff in. And I ain't gonna lie, freshman year, I brought everything I owned with me. I brought everything with me. My mom truck was loaded down. I did not drive my freshman year. So my mom car was loaded down with all my junk. All my junk. So I'm like, Lord, it's going to take us forever to get this up the stairs. You know what? I'm going to message this man back. Because my freshman dorm was on the 4th floor, y'all. The 4th floor. The day of moving, the elevators were broke. Who about to carry all my clothes, all my shoes, all my bed and stuff, all my dorm stuff, just everything? Who about to carry that up 4 flights of stairs with a fresh set of nails? Who about to do that? Who? It wasn't me. It wasn't me. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna message the boy back. I messaged him back. I'm like, yeah, of course. Of course. I would love some help. I would love it. So he met me or whatever at my freshman dorm. He stayed in the back at the time. The back was called Fault Crest or whatever. He stayed like in the back at the time. And yeah, he came up and he helped. He went to my mom's truck and helped me unload everything. While he was unloading and stuff, he was trying to have conversation and stuff like that. And I'm just like, you know, I'm not really interested. This is and that. You offered to help me, so I'm gonna be cordial. I'm gonna be friendly because you are taking, you know, the time out your day to help me, because you don't have to do that. Like, you're being nice to me, so I'm gonna be nice to you in return. So I was being cordial with him. So when he got done helping me move in, he tried to start conversation and stuff like that. But I was being nice to him. I kind of did short word him and was just like, you know, my family's here. I have a lot to do. I'll just talk to you later. Thank you so much for helping me. I appreciate it, this, and that. So the day after moving day, when I was settled, he was settled, stuff like that, he hit me up again. I didn't reply. I did not reply. So one day, I think it was like the next day later, my friend, I'm going to give her a name because I do not want to say nobody's name in this video. I'm going to give her a name. I'm going to call her Samantha. So Samantha, she asked me to go to open gym with her. So I'm like, you know, gym not really my thing. I ain't gonna hold you, like, shit, I'm a fat bitch. I was a fat bitch. I didn't like no gym. I stayed far away from the gym. I ain't like nowhere I was sweating at. I ain't like that. But I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go. So I went to open gym. I got dressed. Me and her both stayed on the 4th floor. And we did not drive at the time either. Like, nobody drove their freshman year at all. But we did not drive at the time. So she met me at the elevator. I met her at the elevator. And we had kind of walked to the gym or whatever. So we get to the gym. And she's like, oh, hey. And she's run up and she hugs a guy. And go start walking off with the guy. I'm like, hold on, because you definitely asked me to come to the gym with you, but now you see somebody, you see a guy and you gonna run off with your little boo.
Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn.
So I'm sitting here like, oh my God, really, Tasha, you dumb enough to fall for this? Like, Samantha set me up. Like, she really set me up to be with him or whatever, because now that I was thinking about it, when it was happening, like, the guy who she ran and hugged at the time was her little boo, and her boo was best friend. So it's just like, yo, you sat there and really set me up to be with him. Really? Like, she really set me up. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna be rude. He took the time out of his day to help me move in. He did most of the work. I'm not gonna be rude. Like, he was nice to me, I'm gonna be nice to him. I'm already dressed, so I'm gonna just sit in the little gymnasium on the bleachers and I'm gonna just talk to him. I'm gonna get to know the guy. So I'm like, you know what, cool. I'm sitting down or whatever. He taps my shoulder. I turn around, it's him. I'm like, I kind of already knew it. Like, as soon as she had left, I'm like, you know what? I already fucking knew it. Like, I already knew it. So he's like, oh, you act like you can't message me back, this and that. I had to set you up. I'm like, oh, you ain't had to do nothing. You ain't had to do all that. Like, you really didn't have to do all that. So I'm sitting inside the bleachers right beside him talking. We talking to each other, getting to know each other. And I look across from me, and I hear somebody saying, ha, 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 funny, ha, 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 funny. It's a guy. He looks a little as well. So I'm just like, what do you mean funny? He kept looking at me and making faces, kept making faces at me. So fast forward or whatever, a couple days later, my ex, he asked me to go to the caf with him. So I'm like, okay, cool. I go to the caf with him or whatever. We sitting at the table, and the same guy who was in the gym making those funny faces at me, he was in the caf. I'm going up there getting my food and stuff, and he's making the same faces, and he's like, Like, just doing the most. I'm walking past, he doing the most. I'm just like, damn, I'm a freshman. What did I do to you? I don't know you. You don't know me, baby. You don't know me. How you got an attitude with me already? So I go and get my food, right? And I sit back down at the table beside my ex. That's his name throughout the whole story time. I did not even get his man a name, but I just keep doing this. And that's messed up. I'm going to give him a name, y'all. I'm going to give him a name. So his name is... his name William. His name William. I'm going to give him a name William. I'm not about to use nobody's real name and bash nobody. I'm giving everybody fake names. Because, yeah, this ain't that. I'm not sitting here trying to bash nobody. I'm just telling my story and what happened. So, yeah. So, his name William or whatever. So, I go back to the table to sit beside William. And the guy who was making all those faces at me inside an open gym and the next day inside the caf, this is the same guy. He see me sit down. He rolls his eyes at me and storms out the caf. Just storms out the caf. I'm like, what's his issue? And I ask William, I'm like, do you know this guy? Like, do you know this guy? Every time, like, you know, every time like I look over at him or he look over at me, he's always trying to be seen and always rolling his eyes and just like doing the most at me. And I don't know him. I don't know what I did to him. Like, I don't understand. So we sit down and continue to eat, y'all. Not saying nothing because I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, yo, there's something going on. This is crazy. I'm just thinking about the guy that stormed out the caf that I don't know and he don't know me. So I'm like, it gotta be more to the story. So I'm just sitting there thinking about it and we sitting in silence and eating and stuff. So all of a sudden I hear his phone go off. His phone go off. It's multiple texts in a row. And I guess he didn't text back, like William didn't text back in time fast enough. So his phone started ringing and ringing and ringing. Like it started ringing. So every time it would ring and he didn't answer fast enough, it'll disconnect and then the person will call back again. And the name that popped up was the same name each and every time. And it was a guy's name. I'm not going to say the guy's name, but it was a guy's name. So I'm just like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, what's really going on? What's really tea? I don't understand. So I'm like, your phone's ringing. Like, your phone's been ringing the whole time we've been here. Like, you ain't going to pick it up. You ain't going to pick it up. Like, you see your phone ringing. He's like, no, it's nobody important. I'm sitting here with you. I'm trying to get to know you. It ain't nobody important. You don't got to worry about that. Obviously, it is important because somebody's blowing you up. So if I was you, I may want to answer it. So fast forward quite some time later, like everything was going good between me and him. We was getting to know each other. We was in the talking phase, this and that. Like me and him was talking to each other, but I was also talking to somebody else because I was a freshman. I mean, I was single, I was mingling. I was a freshman, I was talking to other people. He was not the only, he was not the only one. Like I was talking to other people or whatever. And from the looks of it, from what I found out at the end, stay tuned, he was doing the same. So I don't even feel bad about it. Because we weren't in a relationship until he made it, until we, like, you know, discussed that it was clear that we was in a relationship. I was talking to somebody else. So I'm sitting here, and me and my friends together or whatever. Me and my friends sitting together in the caf. So in comes the guy that I talked to and William together talking. So my friend pointed out to me, she's like, Samantha's like, Tasha, do you see William and your other boo over there talking? Like, they're like, I think they're friends. I look over, I'm like, wait, hold on now. I didn't even know they knew each other. Like, I'm sitting here so embarrassed. So I'm like, damn, they probably know that they both talk to me. They probably be talking about me, this and that. So, yes, y'all. Oh, my God. I was so embarrassed. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have to cut one of them off because I don't got time for none of this. I do not have time for this. I don't got time for nobody talking about me. I'm going to cut one of them off. I don't know which one yet, but I'm going to cut one of them off. So, within that same day that I found out William and the other guy that I was talking to was friends, William asked me to be his girlfriend. So, I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to think about it, this and that or whatever. And I didn't say anything else about it. So then he brought it up again and he asked me again and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll be your girlfriend. So with that being said, y'all already know I cut off the other boy after I was made William's girlfriend. I cut off the other boy or whatever. So I told the other boy, you know, I had to cut him off, this and that or whatever. And he was like, oh, why can't you talk to me no more, this, and that? And I'm like, well, honestly, I told him the truth. I ain't lie. I told him, like, I didn't know I was talking to your friend. Like, I was talking to you and your friend, but I didn't know I didn't know he was your friend or whatever. And he was like, oh, you was talking to William. You was talking to William. If I was you, I'd be careful. I'd be careful with that. If I was you, I'd be careful. I'd be careful with that. I'm like, what you mean be careful? What you mean? Elaborate. Go more into detail, because I want to know what you mean. Come on, some, oh nah, nothing. I done said too much right there. I hope y'all have a nice, healthy relationship. I done said too much right there. And the boy did not tell me nothing else about what he meant. Y'all, I'm sitting here like fucking, I'm just like, bro, I didn't know what to feel. It's just like, I'm sitting here trying to figure out, like, what did he mean? What did he mean? I kept pressing the issue. I'm like, can you please tell me what you mean by you need to watch out for this boy? Can you please tell me what you mean by it? So fast forward to around homecoming, y'all. To around homecoming. So homecoming, everybody know you drunk all day homecoming. You drunk all day. All you doing is drinking and, you know, celebrating your school and stuff like that. So it was like endless parties, endless drinking events, all that going on or whatever. And after, like, it was like a gym jam. Everybody know the gym jams, you be drunk. You be drunk at school. So after the gym jams, the plan was for me to go back to his dorm. He stayed in Fallcrest, so I was like, throughout the relationship, I was always at his dorm because, like, staying in a freshman dorm is just like, you ain't really had that much freedom. Like, I was honestly under curfew. I had to be back in my dorm at 12 o'clock. If I was not back at 12 o'clock, I got fined. So it was just like, all my stuff was over at his dorm. And I just used to stay over there all the time with him because, you know, we was in a relationship. He was using me as a cover-up. Now, let me chill out. But, yeah, we was in a relationship or whatever. All my stuff was over there. Everything. Like, I would just be over there all the time. So, we coming back from a party or whatever. The plan was already for me to spend the night that night after the party. So, we're coming from the party, and he unlocks his door, and I'm inside of his room. I'm sitting on his bed. He was like, babe, I'm about to hop in the shower. I'll be right back. This, and that. You could put on something on the TV. I'm like, okay. He's like, he was so, like, drunk. It made no sense. Like, he was so drunk, it made no sense. Normally, when this boy takes a shower, he takes his phone with him. Wherever he go, that damn phone go with him. Like, no lie. His phone go everywhere he go. So this night, I guess he got a little too drunk, I don't know, but his phone did not go with him, y'all. Like, he was talking to me, and I'm looking at the phone laid on the bed or whatever. Like, his phone was laid on his bed. I'm looking, I'm like, dang. Maybe I'm like, damn, I'm looking, I'm like, dang, like, his phone unlocked. Like, he don't never leave his phone unlocked sitting on the bed. So, he going to the, like, he's talking to me. And he talking to me, and like his phone or whatever laying like face up on the bed. And I'm like, do he not see his phone laying here face up, unlocked on this bed? So I'm sitting here, I'm like, you know what? I push his phone underneath the pillow, and I put my hands underneath the pillow and was tapping the phone as he was talking to me, because you know, once the phone go black, your phone locked and you can't get into it. And I did not know his password. So I'm like, yo, the truth is in this phone. The truth is in this phone. The truth is in this phone. So I slid the phone over or whatever. I'm tapping, and he finally go into the bathroom. I hear the shower water run. Soon as I hear that shower water run, I go to work. I go on his messages. He ain't take long showers. You know, boys a little dirty. They don't take long showers. So I'm like, you know what? I got a good 5 minutes. I'm like, you know what? I got a good 5 minutes before he got this shower. I'm about to make this 5 minutes worth my wow, because this is a once in a lifetime type thing. This boy always have his phone on him, and for him to leave his phone unlocked, oh, he was super drunk. So I'm like, you know what? Cool. Going through the boy phone. First thing I go through was the messages. I go through the messages. I seen nothing. Like, I seen nothing in his messages. So Then I get off his messages. I'm thinking, I'm like, where else can I go to? I was about to go to his pictures, but beside his pictures, it was a different app. It was like WhatsApp or something, and it had a message bubble like coming out of it as if it was like a source of text message or something like that. So I'm like, I don't know what WhatsApp is. I'm about to click on it. So I click on it simply because it had like a message bubble, like, you know, like you could message other people or whatever, like a text free or something like that. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna click on it. I click on it. I clicked on the right thing. I'm telling y'all. I click on WhatsApp. I'm looking or whatever. I'm strolling down. Endless pictures. Unsaved numbers. Like pictures of eggplants and stuff like that. And I click on one in particular that said, I had fun with you last night. Last night, that young man told me, William told me he had to work the night before, which is why me and him wasn't together, because he always told me he had a overnight job, but I never seen him get dressed for this overnight job. So yes, y'all, he told me he had to work that night or whatever. So the message in particular said, I had fun with you last night, and it was a picture of an eggplant. Mind you, the eggplant that was in the message was light skinned. William was brown skin, kind of dark skin. I don't know. He was darker than me though. Like he was brown skin, dark skin kind of. That's not your eggplant. If that's not your eggplant, then another man sending you eggplants. Somebody sending you eggplants. Who eggplant is this? That's all I want to know is who eggplant this was. So I'm looking or whatever at different messages. I'm seeing other pictures of eggplants and messages trying to meet up and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? Eyes get big. I'm like, you know what? He gay. So what I did was I left the phone unlocked. It probably locked after a couple of seconds, I'm not sure. So I left the phone faced up on his bed, and I left out of his suite. I left out of his dorm. And so when I left out of his dorm, I walked back to my dorm, and I walked to my friends at the time. I walked to their room. It was telling them everything about what happened and stuff like that. While I'm in their room expressing like exactly what happened and stuff like that, I get a call from him. So this call, he's like, oh, where you at? I get out the shower and you gone, this and that. I'm like, lower your tone for one. Lower your tone. Don't be screaming at me, because he had a tendency where he would always talk like real, like aggressive and rough. Like, no, not to me. But and guess y'all, he was like, where you at? I get out the shower, I get back, and you ain't even there. You gone. Where you at? This and that. I'm like, I found something in your phone that I did not like, and I left. And so I'm like, you know exactly what I seen, because when I left your phone, like when I locked your phone and left it faced up on your bed, the last message like where I had left your phone was what I had seen. So when you unlocked your phone, the first thing you seen was that message. That's the first thing you seen. Don't play with me. That's the first thing you seen. So we on the phone having a conversation or whatever about what I seen. He's like, oh no, you tripping, you got me messed up. You need to come back so we could talk about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna come back, but I'm not coming back so we could talk. I'm gonna come back so I can get the rest of my stuff. Over at his dorm, I had my laptop, I had clothes, shoes, I had a whole bunch of stuff at his dorm, because like I said, we were in a relationship. So I would sleep over there most of the time, because like his dorm, he had no restrictions, but my dorm, it's like I always had a curfew and stuff like that, and I could never do nothing. So I would always be at his dorm, and plus he wanted me there anyway, so I would always be over there. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna come back, but I'm gonna come back and get my stuff. When I come back, I don't even want to talk. Just have my stuff packed up outside of the door, and I will pick it up from outside the door. I don't even want to see you. So I get to the door. No, I told my friends about it or whatever. One of the person that I was friends with or whatever, she had a car. It was about me and 3 or 4 other girls that I was cool with or whatever at the time. And we all piled into the girls' Honda Civic. And mind you, we wasn't no small girls. We was not no small girls, y'all. We was all a little chunky. We all piled into that Honda Civic 2-door coupe. rolled to the back, bamming on his door. Bamming on his door, y'all. Bamming on his door. I'm like, look, open up the door. He did not have my stuff outside like I asked him to. He wanted me to come in so he could try to talk to me. I'm like, no. I don't even want to talk. But you got my laptop, my clothes, my shoes, and all that. So I guess I gotta talk. So he finally opened up the door or whatever. And I bum rush, and me and my friends, we bum rush and we go inside the suite or whatever. I try to get my laptop, all my clothes and stuff like that. He is not having it. He's like, why you got your friends here? Why you got your friends here? They could stand outside. I have to talk to you. This has something to do with them. I'm like, you know what, cool. So I asked them to go outside or whatever. They go outside and they wait on me. And me and him talking or whatever, he was telling me how the messages that I seen had nothing to do with him. How his cousin, he had a cousin that went to the same college as us as well, and she was like an upperclassman with him or whatever. So he was like, her phone was broken. She was using my phone to message guys and stuff like that. That wasn't me messaging no guy. I can't even believe you think I'm gay. Like, that's not me messaging no guy. So I'm like, you know what? This don't even sound right at all. Like, this seriously does not sound right. So I'm like, you know what? I didn't come here to talk. I just came here to get my stuff. Like, I'm honestly done with this situation at hand. Like, I don't even want to be with you. Maybe we made a big mistake. Like, I don't really want to be with you no more. So I ended up breaking up with him or whatever. Next day later, we seen each other and started talking and stuff. He had his cousin, which was a female that he said was texting the other guys in his phone. I guess he had her lie for him, because she came up and was telling me, like, you know, William's telling the truth. That was me texting. That wasn't him. This, and that. I'm like, you know what? Okay, cool. I'm going to take him back. So when I broke up with him, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take him back. Like, I'm going to have the screenshots right here. I'm going to have the screenshots right on the ones I can find. I'm going to definitely put the screenshots on there so y'all can see. So I'm like, you know what? Cool. I'm going to take him back. So I took him back or whatever. I say about 2 weeks later, my friend Samantha calls me like, Tasha, do you see what William was tagged in on Facebook? I'm like, what you mean? What you mean what William was tagged in on Facebook? She's like, hurry up, go on Facebook. So I went on Facebook or whatever. I went on his profile. He was tagged in something from a transgender. So a transgender had posted a whole bunch of screenshots of them two having like conversations. The transgender sat there and told William that he was a transgender, and William was like, I don't care, I like that freaky stuff, this and that. Like, the whole thing was just crazy. Like, William, like, the transgender exposed William, like, everything. William was asking the transgender for money and stuff, and the guy who was in the calf making all those smart comments at me, like rolling his eyes every time he seen me and blowing up his phone and stuff like that, he had ended up exposing William too the same day. I guess he was just fed up at like William talking to other people. I don't know. But he ended up exposing William too. Like, that whole day, William got exposed twice. And I'm like, you know what? I was right the whole time. And I took your little nasty ass back. And you was lying. Like, you was really lying. Like, oh my God, y'all. I sat there and took him back. Anybody can ask me to this day. Anybody try to bring up that subject that I went to school with, any of that, I'd be like, I don't know who you talking about. That wasn't my ex. I don't know who you talking about. We was never in a relationship. I don't even know that young man. What are you talking about? But for real, y'all, like, comment down below. What would y'all have done? Like, would y'all have believed him when he said that wasn't him texting this and that? Or like, would y'all just would have like called it quits right then and there? Like, comment down below, what would y'all have done? I know the story time was probably everywhere, and I do apologize. I know it was probably so many key points that I missed throughout this story, but thank you so much for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and remember to turn on the post notifications so you can be notified every time I upload, because you do not want to miss this.
Period. 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 Period.